Welcome to another edition of Lean Bites. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Paul Dean, and in this edition of Lean Bites, I'm going to share with you one of my exciting tips to a successful lean journey: organic growth. Now, over the years, I've had the privilege of implementing lean from a zero start with 5 large global organisations, and additionally had the pleasure of supporting a number of smaller organisations already on the journey, all of which have sustained great results even after a number of years on the journey. And one of the most powerful processes I've experienced to achieve sustainability is organic growth. Now, organic growth involves learning something, applying it, and then repeating it. And in the process of repeating the cycle through expansion, you really understand to the point that you go beyond what was taught or explained. For example, in working with a team, I taught them how to use a Kanban card system. In their learning, they applied it in a small assembly area where parts were building up. They were so excited that it had made a significant impact to their ability to control inventory. Now, a few months later, I went back to visit them, and they had created a Kanban in their warehouse upstream from the assembly pilot area to improve the purchasing of parts. Overall, their total parts inventory had dramatically reduced and their costs had significantly improved. This is an example of organic growth. Now, another team in a large hospital were taught the principles of 5S and created a pilot for the staging of trolleys and wheelchairs using signage and floor markings. And the corridors in this surgical unit became significantly more tidier by having a place for everything and everything in its place. And there was less time spent looking for these items. A few weeks later, I went to visit them, and I found they had applied the same principles by reorganising the nurses' station, particularly the desks, creating a much better system for each nurse at each desk. Another example of organic growth. Now, there are a couple of keys to create environment for organic growth. One is create a pilot area where they can practice what's being taught. Don't make it too complex. The simpler, the better. And engage people in the area who will be the beneficiaries of the improvement. Have them undertake the improvement, and ensure before the pilot ends that the team fully understands the tool. Number 2, ensure the team is empowered by local and senior leadership to expand the methodology outside the pilot. If the team is engaged, don't limit their creativity. There is great learning by practicing and repetition. Organic growth is the lean sweet spot, the power behind the journey. And I highly recommend making this one of your aims. Make this part of your lean strategy. Focus on ownership rather than perfection. And before I go, I'd like to leave you with a powerful quote. The most effective way to do it is just do it. Amelia Earhart. I hope this has been very helpful, and thanks for joining me on this edition of Lean Bites.